Anticipating that empowered stun coming through from the
Really just trying to consistently shake up the map. Not a Scion this time around, but as you highlighted, Braum level 1, one of the strongest in the game. Alistair level 1, not great, short of a 4 or 5 man pulverize.
So I'm kind of surprised, honestly, to see this one come through. It does make sense. Like, yes, it's an easier matchup for Bin, but not really getting the same punish as On.
Already on the bottom side of the map, On is in trouble! Alistair early game struggling here.
I was trying to keep this off the turret. 369 has to know that Vi could be in the area,
but the charm hits a minion. Yagao doesn't have the charm, he's got the double dash too, but he doesn't even need it. Quick isolation, just in the isolated 2v2 to help them secure this first dragon. Not going to be a Chemtech Soul, which is big for playing.
W needed that to come back up because he knew that there's no more slice and dice available. Shun gets it, but can he actually take this? We'll see. On is here.
Elk getting the fight now kicked off. Alistair on the backside, pretty tanky. The knockup now coming through. Elk immediately going to cleanse it, trying to keep this fight going. Kanavi walking forward, trying to knock them back. The pullback is there. Vi now going in, but Ruler on the backside as well. And Ruler's just a little bit stronger. JDG again finding the fight, and the eye will go unpicked up by the side of BLG.
Elk gets clipped by Knight's knockback and immediately gets position. Kanavi in a great spot as well. You're going to 369 resetting, looking to get the TP in himself.
Then over the wall. Ready to get things started immediately on, gonna get the fight kicked off. They're trying to get to the back line, they're trying to take Ruler out already, but they're still standing, but no, finally cut down. They're finding the fight. Bin finding 2. It's massive for the side of BLG. They see their brief moment, they see their angle, and they delete 2 members of JDG.
That's a huge fight for BLG. Yagao can come through, everyone piles in on Ruler. They do take him down.
And then use the vision you can gain to look for picks, and at the moment they're just not really getting that opportunity with how JDG have kept this pace even with BLG.
Exactly. There, he will be fine to just run around. And 369 going to claim a tower on the bottom side at the same time. So Knight is okay to give this up, but they're likely going to take this down. I wonder if they'll just instant drop Herald for tier 2. Doesn't Herald going to get dropped immediately?
Coming in, throwing down the Maokai ultimate just to zone away to stop this Herald from coming through. JDG burning a lot of resources just to secure.
One-way trip if Alistair goes in. You are not surviving without that ultimate.
Now immediately they're going to collapse. The chain CC is flawless. There's no room for the Ari to play, but Elk firing back. Massive ulti on the backside of the fight. Elk trying to replicate performance from game 1. Coming in bigger, trying to come in badder, but the Renekton instantly onto the back line. They're shredding through. The knockups are there. Knight will get taken down, but 369 standing strong. It has been an Elk versus the world, and Ruler remaining untouched. Half health. Can they turn it back? JDG.
Play through those side lanes. The further back you push the Soul, the more options you have when you're playing with these split push comps. The more ability you
can start to matter. JDG coming in to clear the wave here, but the tower might still fall. One more auto. Yagao gonna fish for it. Will grab it in the end.
Mid lane is where you get to see her really have a better time in these team fights, but even at the moment, if Bin ends up in an isolated moment.
No chance to survive. BLG crushed the team fight mid lane. They take
just like that. It's a Baron for this Fiora.
Of the jungle right now. Not going to be able to really do much to push forward. JDG will just have to kind of walk straight through him.
On the backside poking, Bin in the area as well. JDG just trying to collapse onto the Vi before the fight even kicks off. They get the stopwatch, they get a bit more space. Bin decides this is not the angle that he wants. The entire team now on the retreat for any advantage they can get, but Elk already shredding the objective. 3K getting lower. The Dragon will fall in favor of BLG. Will JDG try to force the fight? Elk stack on the chakrams. They will fade
an
away.
Objective here. Elk stepping too far forward.
The Gale Force out early, missing, just trying to keep the fight going. Elk in and outside, so he has to flash back over the wall. It looks like the Alistair will just be sacrificed, but more than tanky enough to make it out of that one. Charm now coming in. Bin on the bottom side, continuing to keep the pressure. Now starting to rotate over. JDG.
They can start this. They can start this for sure. They want to get Bin to respond. They want to draw him in here. JDG are going to commit to the Baron. Here comes the TP.
Full on 5v5, Elk over the wall. He's burned so many resources. He's got no mobility tools left. They need to keep their eyes on the Aphelios, but it's Bin in the darkness. Bin waiting to find that angle into the backline. 5K getting lower. Fiora is in the pit. Fiora is fishing for an angle. 2K. It's getting lower and lower. It's not going to get burned down quite yet. And Ruler for now is uncontested. Yagao in the midst of the entire team. Huge shutdown coming in. And it's Ruler taking over the fight. Yagao running for his life. The zap going to connect. The shutdown is everything. JDG have found the angle. They have found the fight. They have found the shutdown, and they will turn attention.
Here it would be a one-way trip, but he's got no vision, no shot, and JDG
you have to hit in those moments where you have to prove you can be clutch, and in that fight, Ruler was clutch.
And I just love when they have this amazing huge play, and it's just cool as you like, no reaction. It's like, this may be the day you almost
See
beat
everything
Ruler.
for either side, but again, gold neck and neck. It's really all about
On's now in trouble. Here comes TB.
behind. JDG seeing an angle. They want to try and find it. Knight on the backside. Elk has to be careful, but Bin is there as well. It looks like Alistair is going to be taken out here. On will drop, but it's the team.
Trying to get into the, looks like in behind them. They know that they don't have a huge amount of vision around here, so may look for something, but may just actually give up their inhibitor instead.
Excellent play at the end of the day for JDG because they are able to break open that inhibitor. Burned a lot just to get the Alistair, but it's really hard for BLG to fire back without that reliable engage tool. Now Ben and Shun on the flank. JDG have to be careful about pushing too far here. Just want to continue to threaten.
Yeah, JDG were
blown open. It's harder and harder to find these flank angles, especially when JDG are holding on to mid priority, when JDG are dictating the pace of the game. And while in previous fights you've been able to get creative with your vision, find these flanking TP wards, as JDG continue to pressure, continue to close off more and more of the map to you, it's harder and harder to find the angles that allowed Ben to be successful in some of those fights. Is now potential for a full 5v5 here, fighting over the tier 2. JDG, I think, is kind of threatening, looking to find an angle. Has been burning the parry a little bit early. I don't think it's going to cost him at this stage. Pretty low cooldown. Knight losing a lot of health, though. JDG have to be careful. Kanavi potentially caught out, but not too concerned quite yet. Queuing back. Arcane Smash, certainly a good start. Jinx ult now coming out. Grand Challenge off to the side. A lot of damage going down. Ben trying to take out Kanavi. Kanavi finding a little bit of CC. He's running for his life. It's a split fight. BLG ready over the wall. Elk, huge damage. Not quite, as it's only connecting on a few. Missing there to body block. The Gale Force, and Ruler just does not quit. This man refuses to lose. Elk, not enough. It's a triple kill. Ruler taking over again in the fight.
Ruler's popping off again, and they can see blood in the water. Yagel will charm 369 for the moment, but he wants to take the game. They want to push us to a game 3, and Yagel is left with his head in his hands as JDG will continue their dominance here.
At the end of the day, JDG found themselves in a deficit, but it's beautiful team fighting, protecting Ruler.